Okay, so I have to redo this. I'm going to bring them out by what they're somewhat grouped with. So we have say hello and think. So the say blocks, they work as you would assume it would do this. Hello. But this only makes it say hello for 2 seconds. When we do this, it'll do it forever. Unless we set it afterwards to do blank. If you put a space, it'll do that. Just delete all of it. And then boom, it's all gone. And it's basically the same case for the think blocks, except they're cloud bubbles. Now, next we have the costume and backdrop blocks. Since I had to try this again, we have this and this. We have the next costume block, which just makes it go in order. So if we're on here, it'll go to the next one, which is test. And if it's on test, it'll go into the next one, which is test. And the same for the backdrops. As you can see, that works. Okay. Next, we have the size blocks. The size is the thing down here. You can change it by increments or just set it to something. We have the graphic effects. These graphic effects all work as you would think. They just work as effects. I'll put them in these so you can basically see. Then we have fisheye, the whirl. Next up, pixelate. Mosaic. Brightness. And last, we have ghost, which is basically a alternative if it's at 100 or higher to the hide block, which we'll get to shortly. Shortly it is, we have the show and hide. Hide makes it so that the sensing blocks in a later tutorial for touching do not work. But if you use the ghost thing instead, it does. Now let's show. Next up, layers. Let me get our old pal. Other than the scratch cat, let's get Gobo. Now what I had was now this makes more sense than before. Now if we drag these characters, whoever's who you'd think in front, they are in front. Do the same with the other person. I forgot. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit buggy for this exact script. Goodbye, Gobo. And last of all, we have these three variables. This one's the costume number. So since we're on costume 2, not meaning the name, it does 2. Now, if we go back to the original sprite, then we do costume name. Since it's named test, it will give us test. Backdrop number and name is basically the same as this, but for the backdrops. And the size variable reports to us this. That is all for today. Or not all for today. I'll try to get sound done as well. That's basically it. Keep on scratching.